have woken up in these very beautiful surroundings as well. The great hospitality of the Babusi, as you can hear, juxtaposed by the wonderful noises of our children playing in the background. So as we wind up our 2-day visit to Nyamira and Kisii, we just want to say asante watu wetu wa Kisii. Tuliwaona jana Nyamira town, Kibirigo, tukaingia hata daraja mbili jana, Kisii roundabout, very historical. Tukaingia maofisi ya Wiper kama chama Azimio, the company leader of National Democratic Action Party. I think the team we have been seeing the ones who are there. I want to thank the members of parliament, the senators who have found the time. More importantly, our hosts, Governor Marati and his team, and of course the whole team, Mayor Samo, Commando, and team, So, where are we? As we say to you guys today, but you are coming. Ni bahari ya kuonana. So sasa tuelekea Migori kupitia Rongo. Asubuhi ya leo tutakutana na Gavana Uchilo yako huko na timu ya Migori. Alafu kisha baadaye Migori kabla ya kurudi. The issues are clear. People, just like every other Kenyan, the Babusi are feeling the weight of over-taxation. Even the farmers are beginning to feel very apprehensive, indeed because of the farm tax proposals, which Kenya Kwanza MPs and leaders are saying they are not read properly what was contained in their own document, Finance Act 2023. We're going to talk about privatization as well, particularly as we are in the sugar growing zone. We go to South Nyanza, Kisii in particular as part of that ecosystem. Some have been hard to argue that they are not privatizing because there is a prohibition, legal prohibition, pending resolution of this matter. It's a court order saying thou shalt not privatize. Thou shalt not touch KICC, for example. Because our argument is simple. Although we are talking about state capture of parliament, but the remnants at least have tried to do something. We say that before you privatize state-owned entities, you have to allow the National Assembly and the Senate to oversight. You cannot just take over everything. And that is what is important. So, we are telling our sugar farmers not to give up because they are saying that we are not privatizing. In the case of Zoya Sugar, we are no, we are not privatizing, we are giving long-term lease, which is exactly the same thing. So, we have to caution our fellow citizens against the excesses of this Kenya Kwanza regime. Determined, and they look so determined. You can see the headline news is that trying to have a plan for raising 16 trillion by adding more taxes. First of all, they are beginning, the KRA people are saying now from the 19th of March, don't carry it up.
22.
Another 3 days, and they are giving only a lead time. Unapatiwa 9 days to comply. Employer na remit 1.5% na kila mtu 1.5%. Yani ni mupende musipende kind of mentality. Even though the issues are still being canvassed, in our course of justice. So we have shared these thoughts with the people of Kisii and people of Nyamira. We've also made it very clear that we are watching the security agencies in particular, because they have issued a direct threat against the life of Governor Simbarati. We made this very clear yesterday. And we also say Azimio is united. We are so focused, in fact, even more than ever before, because all we are saying is let our captain, our brother Raila go on and get this seat, and we are all fully in support. We are praying for him. Even some of us know some of these dynamics. We are able to see what we can do. But that does not mean Azimio itasambaratika. On the contrary, the people, we realize kusambaratika kwa Azimio will mean dashing the hopes and aspirations of Kenyans who want to see nothing but justice in their country. They want to see the education, their children also taken to the next level. But what is happening? The education sector imesambaratika. Capitation to schools. Schools are closing anytime, I think, in the next few days. And the head teachers have not received this money. And instead we are seeing of misappropriation, the headline news again in the nation, of monies in the education sector. So it looks like Kenya Kwanza is on a free fall kind of approach. And they don't seem to listen to anybody other than themselves. The admission by William Ruto himself that he knows there are cartels interfering at every level. And I said yesterday, if the president himself accepts there are cartels on the loose, and that he promises to read by detail, line by line, the budget proposal, what does that tell you? The architects of all these are his own ministers. So his admission that corruption is rampant. Kwa hivyo nawahimiza tu wakiwepo nyinyi washikadau wa maana sana wana media. On your part, we also want to speak this morning from Kisii. Kwamba you have seen a deliberate effort at muzzling the free media in this country. That's the next thing. We are reading the Minister of Interior anatoka kusema ati TikTok kwa mfano iko na security concerns. TikTok is security gani? You also want now to interfere with the social media, the only thing now standing, because you want to fix the nation, you want to fix the standard, you want to fix standard media, you want to fix royal media or threaten them. We are saying as azimiolaumoja wa Kenya that we are standing with the free media. Na nyinyi pia kujaribu kujikomboa.
And I have been traversing this country. We were in Kajiado, we went to Meru, we went to Embu, Tharaka-Nithi, we've been to Mount Kenya, we come down to the lake. But right from Isinya in Kajiado to Isibania in Kuria, where the cry is the same: taxation, over-taxation. And people are talking about one name and one name only, Zakai and his punitive taxes. That is a common cry across this country. And this is something that we must ask ourselves, where did the rain start beating us? And it started with the apparent capture of parliament. When as Azimio we won the majority of the region, 6 out of 8, we won the majority of the counties and the constituencies. Kenya Kwanza embarked on a very nefarious mission of buying members of parliament to cross over to create an artificial majority. It's this majority that Kenya Kwanza is using to pass anything and everything in parliament, from their policies that are hurting Kenyans through the overtaxation to decisions that are outrightly unlawful, including that of the Privatization Act, where the oversight role of parliament, donated by the people of Kenya, was being donated now to the executive to privatize it. In this region, right from Soni to Muhoroni to Chemele to Nzoia, the other side, all sugar factories were closed for 6 months, and now they're in the process of privatizing. But already as Azimio, we want to thank our brothers in ODM, we had already obtained orders stopping the privatization because of the bad law passed by this parliament. And it's not the only law. The other bad law is the Finance Act. How can members of parliament, particularly from Mount Kenya, start saying they did not know what they passed in parliament? That they did not know about avocado and how the agricultural sector is in a mess. The health sector, as we have said, is in a mess. And when you look at what is happening in the agricultural sector, we have talked about, and we're also seeing the same mess in the education sector. Really? How can you say you can't raise 4 billion to bring doctors to here at Kisii, Nyamira? Yet, when you look at what is being consumed, I had the very able women rep of Busia say, "Ni chai gani hii ya 4 billion wanakunywa state house? Chai tu na mandazi." And yet, we cannot raise that 4 billion for our doctors to come and serve. In agriculture, we have been told of the success of the subsidized fertilizer. But what we have not been told, that part of that subsidized fertilizer was a donation from Russia. So there's been lack of full disclosure. And that up to now has not been revealed. How much received from Russia, who are the beneficiaries. And now we're hearing of fertilizer that is substandard. This is not a rumor. KEBS, the MD has confirmed that some of the fertilizer that's being distributed does not meet their standards. We are being told of some bags being packed with sand, mchanga, and being called fertilizer. No, this Kenya Kwanza mess is real, and that is why we are saying as Azimio, we are going to fight to clean Kenya of this Kenya Kwanza mess, to rid Kenya of Zakayo and his harsh taxes, and bring back order, restore integrity in the leadership of this country, because corruption has hit an all-time high. For the first time, Kenya has been put on the shameful list of the grey-listed nations of the world. What does this mean? It means this is a heaven of money laundering. This is the wash nation. No serious investor would want to come to a nation that is on the grey list, that has been grey listed. We are not being told about any specific measures being put in place to fight corruption. All they want is more and more taxes. But when you look at the expenditure, the wastage in government, what we are losing through corruption is much more. So we want to see this system corrupt, very tribal, and inept out of the way. And as a government in waiting, we want to assure Kenyans, every step of the way we're going to fight for them until 10th of August, 2027, when we send Zakayo